So basically, when kidney is having some kind of problem, for example, if you have very severe blood pressure for a very long time, this higher blood pressure normally damages the kidney. Then what happens is that after some time, kidney will not be able to work, and kidney will not be able to filter the blood and remove the waste materials. Then what happens is that waste materials will be present in your body, and that will be affecting the normal functioning of your body. So in such a situation, what doctors are normally doing is that the kidney is not working. So only way by which we can make our body live or survive is remove the waste materials in our blood through an artificial instrument. That technique is what we know by the name dialysis. So it's a method of removing toxic materials or waste materials present in your blood when our kidney is unable to, or kidneys are unable to do that function. So here you can find there are two different methods of dialysis. The first one is the peritoneal dialysis, and second is known by the name hemodialysis. So these are the two different type of dialysis that you can see. Then we will first understand the simple type of dialysis known by the name peritoneal dialysis. Here you can see that this membrane is known by the name peritoneum. That is, in the abdominal cavity there is a cavity, and that it is in the cavity of the abdomen. The different organs are normally present, like stomach, intestine, etc. And that cavity or space inside the abdomen is known by the name this peritoneal space or abdominal cavity. We can call it both. And there will be a space. Now what we are doing is that we are filling this abdominal cavity, or simply the peritoneal space, with salt, a type of solution, basically light salt solution. Then what happens is that whatever waste materials are present in our blood will be entering into the salt solution through diffusion or by osmosis. So after some time, most of the waste material like urea, creatine will be dissolved in this solution, and after a while we will be removing that solution also. So here you can see that there are two bags. First one is the input solution, and from this bag we are using a small syringe, and syringe will be connected with a tube. Here we will be injecting a syringe into your abdomen, and that syringe will be going deeper into your abdominal cavity, and we will be putting a tube also, and this tube can be connected with the two tubes. One is a input solution, and basically this is light osmo white osmo a solution of equal salt concentration as human tissue fluid. That is the nature of that solution, and that solution will be made to remain in the abdominal cavity for several hours. And after several hours, what happens is that most of the waste material will get dissolved in this salt solution, and we will be gradually removing it through other tube. And so this is the tube where we are using it for putting into we are pumping the water into the abdomen. Another is for removing the water from the abdomen. So this is the solution bag, and other is the drainage bag. So there are two types of bag will be there. So abdomen is filled with a special solution. That's it's a slightly salt solution, and that will be removing most of the waste material. Advantage of this peritoneal dialysis is that it is something that you can do in your home also. There is no need to go to a hospital, because a very simple instrument is there. There is only a injection needle is there. Once it is attached to your body, The only thing that you have to do is that you have to connect this bag at this connector. The rest is already there. Just like sometimes they will put a needle here. Just like they will be keeping a needle in your abdomen, and that will be remaining there permanently. So only thing is that every day you have to do this peritoneal dialysis. So advantage of peritoneal dialysis is that it is far cheaper and can be done at home itself. You don't need to go to a hospital and carry out this dialysis. So this form of dialysis can be performed at home, must be done every day. So that is the problem with the peritoneal dialysis. I will show you one more picture of peritoneal dialysis. Here also you can see there is peritoneal dialysis. See, this is how the peritoneal dialysis is normally done. So you can see that this is the mechanism by which they are doing it. Okay. Now, the second type of dialysis is known by the name hemodialysis. So in this, hemodialysis is a more complicated technique. Usually very expensive instruments are needed. Now, in the case of hemodialysis, there will be a very sophisticated instrument also. I will show you that instrument. Hemodialysis machine. This is the. So here you can see that there is an instrument like this. This one, this type of instrument will be there. So that is how the hemodialysis will be normally working on. See here you can see that. So an instrument like this will be there, and the patient will be lying on that chair or on that bed for some time, for several hours. And what happens in this hemodialysis is that here you can see that there are two tubes. There is one tube will be connected with our vein, another tube will be connected with our arteries also. Here you can see that. See, arterial blood pressure, and this is the venal blood pressure. So this is the vein and this is the artery. So what we are doing is that one tube will be connected with our veins. Veins will be carrying the impure blood, and that blood will be taken, and that will be this is the impure, this is the venal blood. Okay, this blue one is the venal blood, and this is the pure blood. So the veins will be collecting that blood, and there will be a blood pump also. Function of that pump is to slightly increase the speed of transport. So we will be collecting this blood from the patient using by a tube connected with her vein, with his or her vein, and using a pump we will be pumping it into this machine known by the name dialyzer. Now what is actually dialyzer is that dialyzer will be an instrument like this, and I will show you inside of that dialyzer. So this is the let me see, show you dialyzing. See, so this is how the dialysis is normally being done. See, this is the one is connected with the vein, another is connected with the artery. So this is how it is normally done. Now what happens here is that this okay, this is the first one will be carried to a machine called dialyzer, and what I want to show you is that how that system okay, this is how the dialyzer is normally working. See, it will be containing inside this machine, it will be a unit like this, and there will be several tubes are there, and the impure blood will be taken into this machine, and inside this machine there will be several tubes just like that, and these tubes, around this tube there will be a solution will be there, and this is the dialyzing solution. When blood is passing through this semi-permeable tube, notice normal semi-permeable tubes, osmosis will be taking place, and toxic materials will get dissolved in this. Here you can see that this one. This is how the all process is going on. See, this is the tube. When blood is going through this tube, from the blood the impurities will be get dissolved in the dialysing fluid. So this is the tube carrying the blood. When blood is moving through this tube, whatever impurities like urea, creatine, etc., they will pass through this membrane, this semi-permeable membrane, and dissolved in this dialyzer or dialysing fluid. And after some time, this dialysing fluid will be removed. Here you can see that fresh dialysate, and here you can see dialysate late after the waste materials are removed from there. So this is how the whole process is going on. Here also you can see that this is a very simple picture of dialysis. See, from one the blood is taken out. See, this is how the impure blood is taken from the patient. When impure blood is going to that, when it is passed to the dialysing machine, this process will be taking place. Impurities or waste materials will be entering into the dialysing fluid, and after the removal of waste material from the dialysing fluid, clean blood or pure blood will be again pumped back into your blood vessel again. So this is how the process of dialysis is not normally taking place. So this picture will show you in a very simple way how the whole process is taking place. So this one, there is a tube for taking blood, then there is a dialyzer machine, and there are two types of fluid, two types of bottles are there, one for giving, one for storing the fresh dialysate, other for storing the removed dialysate. So from this tube, fresh dialysate will be pumped into this machine, and waste materials will be collected in this dialysate fluid, and after that it will be removed into the second bottle. So this is how the whole process of filtration. Here also you can see another picture of the same thing. See, so inside this is the dialysing machine. The whole tubes are like this. It is in a coiled system. Here also you can see. So this is how the dialysing process is going on, and this is the system of dialyzer. Now what is so after the removal of dialyzer, after the removal of waste material, the dialysate will be stored in this other tube also. So what is important is that the blood will be always flowing in one direction, and here you can see that here there are two tubes. That is here. Where is it? There are somewhere here I have shown. Okay. Here you can see that the blood will be moving in this direction, where a dialyzer is flowing in this direction. This is the counter current system. The blood will be flowing from this direction to this direction, where dialysis is moving from this direction to this direction in opposite pathway. So that is the technique of using dialysing machine for the purification of the blood. So this system is known by the name hemodialysis, and it's an expensive technique. Only in a hospital you can do this hemodialysis also. So this is an idea regarding how the dialysis process is actually being done in a hospital. So going to the dialysis, you can see that there are two basic processes involved in dialysis. One is known by the name hemodialysis, and this is a most complicated type of dialysis. We are done with the help of a dialysing machine, as you have already seen. And the basic thing is that there is a dialysing unit chamber, and inside the dialysing chamber, osmosis is actually taking place, and the removed material will be collected into the dialysing fluid. Where the other one is a very simple type of dialysis, where the needle will be injected into the abdomen, and we will be pumping dialysing fluid into the abdomen, and it will be removed after some time. So this is simple, easier to do, inexpensive also. Other is a complicated, expensive process. But other is second type is more effective. In this hemodialysis, if you do hemodialysis, you can be without any, you don't need to do it again for 1 week. Maybe after 1 week or 2 week only you have to do it again. But still you have to do it. Your kidney is completely broken down. So these are the situations of dialysis. Now what is remaining is kidney stones. So under the kidney stones are the result of buildup of dissolved minerals in the inner lining of kidney. Here I will show you. This is how the kidney stones are normally. So here you can see that there is a type of mineral in the urine. That is a calcium oxalate. So sometimes this calcium oxalate will stick together or aggregate together, forming this kind of rock particles. Yes, it looks like almost like a rock. So these rock particles may be blocking the kidney tubules or the nephron or the ureter. So what happens is that when a rock particle like this is present in your ureter, it will be blocking the ureter and preventing the passage of urine or flow of urine. And what happens is that person may not be able to pass the urine, and he or she will be facing very intense pain. That is one problem. Second is that these are rock particles. They will have a very sharp edges, and these sharp edges will be causing injuries in the ureter, and there will be blood leakage will be there, and that will be also causing a lot of pain. So this is the problem of kidney stone, and kidney stones are usually formed as a result of aggregation of calcium oxalate particles. Here you can see that. See the size of the kidney stone. It can be very big, sometimes up to 2 inches. This is 1 inch. So sometimes this is from this point to this point is the 1 inch. So you can have an idea how much bigger these kidney stones can be. So they are very big stones. Then a kidney stone usually remains symptomless until it moves into the urine. See, when it is present in this position, it is not normally detected because the person may not be aware of it. But when the kidney stone is gradually dislodged or removed from this position and enter into the ureter. Ureter is a very narrow tube. This is a very narrow tube. Then it will be blocking the ureter. At that point only, most of the time, the person will be knowing about the kidney stone. So as I told you, there will be pain in the groin. At this region, there is a groin. Then blood will be formed present in the urine because of injuries caused by vomiting, and nausea can take place. Then presence of WBC or pus cells in the urine can be present. Then the output of urine can be reduced. The person is producing not enough urine, but the urine is not going outside. That is then burning sensation during the time of passing of urine or urination. The person will be feeling intense pain. Then persistent urge, persistent need to go to the toilet or to pass urine, because the urination may not be complete every time. So little amount of urine will be remaining, and that will cause you to pass urine again and again, and there will be bacterial infection. So these are some of the problems of kidney stones. So regarding kidney stones, I will show you some more pictures of kidney stone. See, they are very big stones. See, this is how the kidney stones are not normally. See, some are smooth stones, some are very big stones. So you can get an idea of how big these stones can be. See, this is the technique by which now normally what the doctors are doing is that ultrasound. See, this is the technique. They are using certain type of sound waves. See, these sound waves are used. See, they will be using an ultrasound machine, and using an ultrasound machine, they will be producing ultrasound, and this ultrasound will be breaking down the the ultrasound will be breaking down the stones into very smaller particles. So that is the normal procedure by which we are treating the kidney stone. It's an ultrasound pulverization. So nowadays this is the technique by which we are removing the kidney stones from the body. So this is an idea regarding kidney stone. Then we have to see one more topic, that is the hormonal regulation of